evening, everyone. It is 5:24 p.m. in Florida. I am, and with me is the guy behind this entire video. Who is it?
It is Solar Exotic. It is 10:24 in the United Kingdom as well.
Here we are, Run Review 2. We are about to hit the halfway point of qualifying. Things trying to look even more interesting than before. Solar Exotic, what do you think? We have quite a few runs to show. What are your opinions?
Well, we've got a good selection from the last week, really. Over the last week, it's been an highly intense action. There is so much to see, and we're only halfway through qualifying officially. So we've got a lot to show you. We've got 14 events upcoming to show you, including a couple of comparisons.
Well, one comparison, but I think more than enough.
We do indeed. And also we're just having a bit of an issue with voices. I just got to quickly stop the thing and just quickly turn us up a little bit.
Okay.
There we go. I'm also going to just adjust my microphone a little bit. Hopefully that's a bit better now. Okay.
Well, you definitely sound louder than before.
That's good. So, 14 runs. Here we are. Welcome to the next edition of the Run Reviews in Transcendence 2024. Well, what do we expect from this week, Awito? What do you reckon we're going to see?
We're definitely going to see Speed Lab, Time Trials, Zone, and Nader Cross HD and 2048. We've got a few shake-ups from last time. We're going to have a few previous events, but we're also going to, of course, show some brand new ones, which I think you guys will find interesting. New strategy, new turbo spots, new everything. Okay, maybe not new everything, but definitely new some things.
Indeed. And, well, most of the events on this list are also events that have been popular throughout the week, and mainly ones that have had the most impression on people, who are the most hottest events of the week, and also events that primarily have not been shown throughout previous run reviews. But as you're going to see right now, we have the list incoming for you guys to see what is included in this run review. Here we are then. So here is the qualifying lineup for Speed Lap, Time Trial, Zone and Detonator. In Speed Lap we have Q2, Q3, Q7, Q8, Q9 and Q11, Q9 being a comparison. In Time Trial we have Q13, 14, 16, 18 and 22 with 2 runs. Zone we have Q26 and 32, and in Detonator we have Q35. What do you think of this lineup?
Definitely a pretty interesting lineup. We definitely want to highlight Q9 though. That being the only comparison, at least for this week, but I think it's going to be perhaps the most important one.
Indeed so, but let's begin. This time we have Event 2, Shengu Project Reverse Venom class. Nice little way to start it off. We started with Q1 last week, so it's only right to start with Q2 this week, as it's had a bit of action.
Yes, I think it was a dormant back then, but here we go.
Here we have Black Max 659, currently event position number 9 at this current moment in time. Getting a nice little start in there, taking the routes that everybody's taking.
Typical turbo spot.
But doesn't go for the barrel roll there.
Definitely advanced technique. You'll definitely see that in the faster runs for this particular event.
Oh, nice little entrance there with a nice little side shift. But not side shifting throughout the corner there. May have lost a little bit of time, but coming in
here and there, pretty decent time.
But comes in with a 32.59. Decent time overall. Next up we have Kid 8, who's currently 4th place in this. Goes in with a bit of a wall hit on the edge there. But he's using a Piranha Fury, which is different.
Yeah, this guy just completely rocks Piranha. A mad respect to this guy, to be honest. Doesn't go for the roll.
But gets around that corner pretty quickly. You gotta give it to the guy. You gotta give it to him, indeed.
Pretty clean lines, pretty good, consistent
Ooh.
side shift usage.
That side shift was almost perfect there. He literally got so close to the wall, close to the edge as they like to call it, with a 31.40, placing him 11th in the world. Probably the highest in the world for...
Is that Patrick? Oh, Patrick's up for stuff too.
Interesting stuff. But we have the Honest Fork, who's currently in first place for this event. Who else would it be, after all?
He's
Goes
got,
in.
like, quite a few goals throughout the tournament.
He does indeed. Goes in for the roll, gets a double roll, gets around that corner really, really cleanly.
Yeah, that double roll is pretty much necessary to hit the world record times, and he did it pretty darn well.
But it had a little bit of a wall collision there, which may have lost him a couple of tenths. But it comes in with a 30-60.
30-60, very round number.
Very round number indeed. Okay, moving on. So that was event 2. What do we think about that?
Pretty interesting. Kind of surprising, or perhaps not surprising, that that double roll there only really used by the top 3 contenders, trying to really minimize the lap time there. Bit of an interesting event overall to have that on NM. The main highlight, of course, being that double roll in the turbo spot. And
obviously, in the other direction as well, we have it in Phantom class. The Shengu Project is quite a popular speed lap event this time round.
Yeah.
But next up, we have Event 3, Veneta K Reverse Flash. An event that's also yet to feature.
Yeah, it's going to be kind of interesting. Let's see what it brings us. Soon, hopefully.
Okay, first up, we have Mika Heil, who's currently in 10th position. Gets a boost start there and gets a roll, but doesn't go for the roll inside of the tunnel. But he is ahead of his Ghost. Doesn't use his turbo here.
Probably going to use it towards the end.
But he goes in cleanly, but he does miss the roll there as well. But he also hits a wall on exit. Ooh, a little bit messy there. A little bit kind of straight, but still comes in with a 25-22. Next up is Nitro Boost 245 with some rather interesting music choices, might I add.
It doesn't necessarily matter what music you play. I think what matters is the lap time.
Indeed.
See if he goes. Just kind of sticking his lines at the moment.
Gets a nice power roll there.
Very nice.
But he uses his turbo here. Nice and clean, but quite low in the sky, wouldn't you say? 24-16.
Yeah, not necessarily. I think the turbo was a little closer to the ground.
Not too high in the sky. Next up is me.
It's you! I mean, very stylish right there for the first half, and now that's the new turbo spot that I think is more advantageous.
But this is the bastard of the roll here. Getting this roll is really difficult. I did actually miss the speed pad there as well.
Still a bit clean. I think you missed the second pad there, but still very clean lap time.
Yeah, 22.88 there with 9 speed pads. For the viewers, we may stop by and answer any questions or listen to any voice chat or live chat moments and see what you guys are saying throughout the stream. So please do leave your comments and stuff, and we'll get back to you. We'll kind of read them off as we go.
While we're doing this, like Kid 8 did.
Yeah, we need some action in the old chat. There's 6 of you watching right now.
Yeah.
Right, next up in the speed lap events, we have event 7, Shengu Project Phantom. We've had Shengu Project Reverse, and now we're going forward.
This on speed lap, oh boy, quite the doozy. Especially trying to nail that first hairpin and getting the consistent rolls through the Piranha Bowl. So let's see if we can get this.
Okay, we're starting off with Darth Maiko, who's currently in 8th place for this event. And he is doing this in, well, by the looks of things, a Harry Mount Fury, if I'm not mistaken.
I think it might actually be the Harry Mount Fury, but of course the interesting thing, this guy's doing it in virtual reality. Mad props to him.
And how clean he's doing that. I mean, just amazing. Look, how smooth.
Turbo spot, pretty clean. And
a 23.32. And here's you! It's you!
It's me!
With Awito.
I think this is third, despite me putting almost 200 laps, even though it says 70. I think this was a very good lap, but unfortunately, Solar Exec has beat me here.
Yep.
Little hit there, but I mean, I think that was pretty clean, especially the first half.
I beat you by literally 0.01.
Yeah,
but
that's good to know.
But knowing who's on top, it's the Honest Fork, currently in first place at the moment with this particular lap. It seems as though the top 3 times don't seem to pull off the second roll off that little hill there when they go into the hairpin.
I thought I did in my run. But even that very clean second half, pretty much perfection from Fork.
Very.
Not even his best personal best either.
Look at that, 21.75 for him there. Ooh. It's already getting faster and we've barely started.
Yeah. Well, that's what happens when you go from flat to phantom, I guess.
the speed really does change, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Oh. Wow.
Wait, I just realized something. I think we're going to have a very important event coming up. Okay, well...
Oh, whoa. Okay, something went wrong there.
Whoa. Behind the scenes. Metropia, another Phantom event. Basically the course right after Chengdu. So, a little easier than Chengdu, I might add. But, you know, still some tricks to think about for this. So let's see how it goes.
Alright, so basically what happened there was my controller turned off. So basically everything just kind of went a bit easy there. We're starting off with Nitro Boost. Obviously I'm not currently watching my screen in a minute because I meant to plug the controller in. There you go.
Wait, I just realized something. He had turbo a little too late on starting his lap, and he didn't even have a turbo for this lap.
Ooh. He comes in with a 1999. Party like it's 1999. Here's
Someone's
my run.
Probably born that year.
Here's my lap. One of my more latest laps, actually. My best previously was a 1951, but then I managed to just about swoop in with a nice little 1943. Not too bad. And then we're back with the Honest Fork again. And you see a barrel roll at the start of the lap. Something we've not seen
Super
on
clean.
any other run. Super clean, super fast, just going in as if, like, speed is just, you know...
There's no care in the world, just this guy knows what he does, and it takes a lot.
It takes a lot to do what this guy does. Look at that. Wow, just a crazy lap in general. And also, I think I might have cut it off just a little bit too soon there, but never mind.
Yeah.
So we're going to get editing errors every now and then. It's a 79-minute video.
Well, we make do with our time limit, but still, very, very clean laps overall. Metropia is, in my opinion, a pretty fun track to optimize. It flows surprisingly well, even if it's a little more on the technical side.
Indeed. Indeed.
Now, we're going to go back in time to like 200 or 300 years in the past. Should I say 20 years in the future, because
Well, we're going back.
For the
We're going.
comparison.
We're going back to event number 9, everybody. So this is Empire Climb on C-Class.
Something that might seem boring on paper might actually be the most interesting part to optimize event yet.
This has been one of the more interesting events, and this has been highly competitive for all sorts of different reasons. We're going to start off with looking at Beak. He is currently 4th place in this particular event. You see, getting very close to the wall there. Hits both of the pads and gets around the corner quite swiftly, but doesn't side shift over the pads, which I've learned happens to be more faster.
Yeah, just a bit of a time loss, and even if it may not seem like it, all that extra time adds up for this being just shy of a 1-minute lap.
Just wait and see first place. Then you'll really see how side shifting really is. But he gets a nice double roll there, but doesn't hit all the pads. Do you reckon that could have been a bit faster? Who knows? But he's side shifting. Side shifting over the pads there. Going in quite deeply. Don't misconstrue that, guys. Ooh, spinning. Look at that going in, and he gets a 58.70. Decent lap indeed. And it's me, second place currently. I'll let you commentate this one.
I mean, pretty similar movements overall, but here's where stuff gets a little bit interesting. A bit of an interesting way to side shift through the 3 over there. In a direct line as he goes through the 4 pads here, and we'll expect to take a optimized line as he goes through the little chicane here. I think probably most important might actually be that narrow section right there, especially hitting those 2 rolls very cleanly.
I might have went a little bit wide here.
Just a little bigger than what might have been expected, but otherwise pretty straightforward towards the finish line.
Uh, 58.51.
51.
And here is first place. Let's see what everyone makes of this. I mean, just how close you can get to the... We can't get much closer. And the side shift action as well.
Not necessarily. Just pushing personal bubbles. A very interesting side shift. This might actually be the best way to side shift through that 3-pad section.
I mean, his side shifting is through the fucking roof. I have never seen such tight side shifting in my life. I mean, if this is how you want to... this is how you want...
Some incredible optimization here.
I mean, perfect double roll there.
Double roll.
I mean, a perfect double roll, no steering, just side shift movement, and he's just shaving off second by second, milliseconds obviously. And look, barely any steering, he's just saving so much time, getting down the hill, just absolutely showing everyone. Just purely dominant.
It's a very well-respected, well-deserved gold medal, truly impeccable.
A 58.27, that actually puts him second place in the entire world currently. I mean, that is unbelievable. So let's see it all at once. With the added addition, we've got Owito, who's currently in 3rd place as well. Just to see how close it really is.
You can already see Kid 8 a little bit ahead of me already.
I mean, everybody is very much in the same position. Oh, you gotta love the sound of barrel rolls, haven't you?
Yeah.
Everyone hitting them all at once. But especially what's going to be happening when we get to the online stage.
Oh, it's going to be ridiculous.
What you're seeing here is probably how close it's going to be when it comes to the Transcendence Championship coming up in 1 month. 1 month time, people. 1 month time. Okay, and that was Q9. What do you make of that? I mean, impressive stuff from Kid. I mean, you couldn't beat that if you tried.
I know it might seem a bit boring on paper, but I think that might be one of the closest events that they would have ever thought of. A event that, again, seems boring on paper, but turns out to be a lot more high skill than anyone would have ever expected.
An interesting comment from Nitro Boost 245 here. With the amount of side shifting going on here, you'd be forgiven for thinking the pilots were crabs. Quite literally. But moving swiftly on from Q9, we have Q11, Capital Reach. This is on A class.
Hey, this seems familiar before.
This has also been rather hot amongst the contenders this week as well. We're looking at Mr. Aloy here with 8th place currently. Gets a very fluid run, but slightly heavy on the air brakes, but also misses a roll there. That definitely might have cost him. And a speed pad there as well. And a missed barrel roll as well. I think he's cost himself a little bit of time there.
He's a bit unstable, like just in
general. I think we're being a little too heartless.
Yeah, we're being a little bit harsh. But at the same time, look at how he's shifting over these speed pads, however. I mean, he's getting over these speed pads quite quickly, and he's gaining a lot of speed. And he's definitely got the right idea of where the racing line is. He has definitely got some quick maneuvers. He corrects himself quite quickly. And the fact he stays off the walls as well is quite impressive. So that's something he definitely can take away. But those little errors he can definitely make up, I reckon. And I reckon that could put him higher up in the list. So looking now, we've got Hey 2-0. Currently in 5th place. Currently. Not sure what's happened to the video. Not sure really too sure what's happened to the video, but
it seems like we're in 30 FPS world, but that doesn't necessarily make too big of a difference. Kind of in line with the Ghost at the moment.
And actually now ahead of the Ghost, getting very fluid around the corners there.
Very nice lines, but the Ghost actually still catches up surprisingly.
Oh, side shifted right over the last speed pad there, just slightly missing it. Oh, another miss. He's bad as well.
Misses a pad as well.
And another one there, but in general, apart from those 3 missed pads, almost a very much perfect, full-on spot-on lap. Now, here we have Beak, who's currently in 2nd place, who was 1st place when I actually added this to the run list. But then Awito came in and beat him by 0.01. Ouch.
Yeah, it takes a lot to do what we do.
A big ouch indeed, but not ouch enough to pull off an amazing run like this. I mean, very fluid on the barrel rolls, very fluid on the speed pads, hitting almost every single one of them. I mean, missing
very
one there.
Very clean lines just in general going through the pads. Oh.
Slightly missed pad there. But goes around this corner absolutely perfection, with absolute perfection. Look at that. Oh, slight wall collision there.
And made my difference for the 46.82.
And that was pretty much the same time that you got. Instead, you were just 100 quicker. Ooh.
Yeah, and that's enough to basically move him down 5 points. So,
indeed it was. Indeed it was. It just goes to show the smallest little things can really cost a lot.
Yeah.
Who knows? This is why we say practice makes perfect.
There's still 4 weeks left. Please make sure you submit for every single event, even for the ones you absolutely detest. Those are still points that you can get, so please do them.
Not only that as well, we have a exclusive Q40 on the way eventually as well, which will only be available to those who complete all 39 events. So, better get moving. You've only got 30 days remaining at the time of this stream. Next up is 13. Another Pass Venom. This is Time Trial. We have moved on to Time Trial. All the speed laps are officially completed now. Here we go. First up on the list, we have Lady White. Currently in 9th place at the minute. Let's see how she does her particular time trial. Oh, so she's used her turbo differently there, and very wise indeed, because it's now ahead of her previous Ghost.
Yeah, there are quite a few things about this course. I mean, many people might be aware of Beat Seco, but this is just that, but in a time trial.
Indeed. Ooh, she did miss a barrel roll there at the top, but she gave it a good crack, and I reckon if she improves a little bit further on this time trial, she could make that roll every single time. Goes down,
yeah,
uses the turbo.
Definitely quite the scary roll, as many people might know from Beat Seco.
Indeed. Who remembers the Beat Zico trophies? I do.
Yeah, I think there are still people trying to go for that trophy to this day, so it says a lot. She does get the roll that time.
She is consistent, she can do it. There you go, a nice improvement of 31.96 on that particular lap. Nearly 2 seconds ahead of her previous. Oh, but then she turbos there. What made her change her mind about turbo?
I'm not sure. It really comes down to whether at the moment you think one strategy will be faster than the other.
Oh, nice roll. See, it took Lady White to realise once she got up to the top end of the side. Well, There you go. That's how she lands the barrel rolls. And I reckon if she does another time trial of these, she'll be able to get that 33.89 down to maybe even 32.89 and shaving off a nice little second there. Now, here we have you in second place currently.
Yeah.
Let's see how you do it.
It was first briefly, but that only lasted a few days because Fork swooped in to take it.
Oh, missed the 2 rolls there. What happened there then?
Yeah, it's a very tough time trial.
You are not kidding. Ooh, ooh, a nice little double roll there.
Yeah.
Oh, and a slight wall collision there. That might have lost you a little bit of time, but a 31.78 to start is very impressive. Now, I noticed you go over to the left and then side shift to perform that roll. Why is that?
There is a reason I do it in that particular way instead of just simply like going a little more straight.
Ooh, I missed a double roll there. Because usually what I tend to do on that little bit there is I pitch down and pitch up and then do it that way. I kind of find that to be the most easier way of pulling it off. But you said on your comment that lap 3 was impressive. So let's see how you did lap 3, shall we? Very fluid, very fluid. Slight wall collision there, but he instantly turbos out to fix himself up. Gets very close to the wall, goes in. And 1 roll, 2 roll, 3 rolls right there. Going down there, doing a double roll right here. Crazy. Unbelievable. And he gets ahead of his ghost to get himself a 129.56. Holy moly. Cheeky.
Unfortunately, Fork took the gold.
Yep, and then Fork came in a few hours later with this run. I mean, every single speed pad hit
that
there.
is super close to the floor there. Misses the roll there, wow. Like, it feels like even the very best pilots still have trouble getting this time trial to perfection.
I mean, look at that double roll there. I mean, you've got to be some menace. Look at that. Whoa. Oh, he missed the roll there as well.
He misses the roll there. So there's still absolutely room for improvement in both areas. Really shows like just
oh dear.
That section.
And I think it's safe to be harsh with the honest Fork because obviously look at the level of skill he's got. It's definitely safe to be harsh.
Yeah.
Oh, and he missed a roll there as well.
Tried for the very special bounce roll there. Unfortunately, missed it.
You got to give it to the guy though. He's giving it all he's got, and he's definitely having very good attempts. And another miss roll there. And 29.
Even with all these mistakes, this is still first for the event.
Let's see what he did here. Another double roll. Did he pull off another double? Oh, wow, blimey. And he still managed to beat you as well. Do you reckon maybe your wall collision set you back slightly?
It might have. It was a difference of, I want to say, 0.3 tenths of a second. So, again, like, lots to improve.
Doing what you just did a minute ago on lap 3, do that on every single lap, or at least 2 laps, and you've definitely got the dub on that particular event, 100%.
Well, see, that's the thing. Like, if it's not that easy to get lap 2 multiple times.
No, unfortunately, it's not. God, dear. This goes to show, it takes a lot to pull off these things. It takes... But next up we have Event 14, Sol 2 Venom.
Oh, God.
Now, this has been one of the more events that people have not liked, alongside Event 19.
I thought I was going to have fun with this one, but I quickly started to not like it at all.
I mean, it took me 5 minutes to beat your record once I started going at it again for some damn reason, but yeah. First up we have Mika Heil, who's currently in 8th place. Let's see how he did it. Keep in mind there are 28 contenders in Transcendence at the moment, with a lot of them still requiring to submit times.
Yeah, we'll be sure to let them know about that, because you want to put at least one run on all events so that you can be in a good position for the online stages.
Just remember, you need to complete at least one qualifying event to participate in the online stages. That's a message to all Transcendence competitors. Oh, Mika Heil with the shortcut with turbo there.
Yeah, that is the optimal turbo spot if you want to minimize your times here. Oh, weird approach there.
Very wide racing line, but he's got a lot of control in his ship. Good side shift to the right. Yeah. And he goes for that again, and he does quite well. Maybe a little bit high, but still very good little shortcut run there.
Oh. Still a bit wide, this is the pads, but I mean, that's the time trial.
But nearly a 2-second improvement. Next up we have Mr. Aloy, who's in 5th place. A force of nature, they call him. Let's see what he can do. Oh, absolutely fantastic.
Way to do that turbo.
Fantastic.
Tight line.
Very nice barrel roll. Very, very clean indeed. Very nicely done. Near perfection. Near perfection indeed. Goes in for it again. Goes a little bit too high on this time. But doesn't lose much time from that. Still gets in very, very quickly.
The ghost is nowhere to be found.
This is what happens when you learn the metas, people. Once you realise what you got to do, this is what you could end up seeing. Ghosts way behind you and setting records. Well, for days. Getting way up the leaderboards, getting way up the Transcendence leaderboards, and another perfect.
Well, that was a double roll there, much better.
But he missed the speed pad there. Might have cost him a couple of milliseconds, but nonetheless, very, very impressive time trial. A well-deserved 5th place, and maybe even higher up if he could pull off an extra roll when he does that shortcut. For that 2 perfect laps as well, unbelievable. Next up, we have the Honest Fork again. Well,
this guy has a lot of goals, as we have said.
I mean,
there's not much else to say. The guy knows his stuff.
The guy knows his stuff. Let's just watch him. Let's just be enthralled with what this guy can do.
Pretty much clean lines. Understandable side shifts, nice lines through that final turn. It's just pretty much clean all the way through.
It's a 29 OT. Oh, but he didn't get the turbo there from the barrel roll. And he's slightly behind his ghost.
It looks like he might be catching potentially.
I think he's actually falling behind, if you see. Yeah, he's actually falling behind a little bit. Getting further and further back.
Record.
Oh, now he's gotten ahead of his ghost. Oh, he only just landed that barrel roll, though. But very clean lines, very, very fluid. And he's actually ahead of his ghost, so he actually did manage to get ahead of his ghost. Slight wall hit there. Nice little side shift to the left, then to the right. Goes over the final speed pads across the line at a 0.5 improvement, giving him a time of 1:24.77. 8 speed pads per lap as well. Ooh. Yikes. A force to be reckoned with. Might I add, though, just because you may be fast offline, doesn't necessarily mean you won't be a menace online.
Yeah, anything can go in online when there can potentially be eliminator and zone battle in addition to classic races. So no real easy way to determine if you will be doing the greatest there or not. It's hard to tell.
I mean, look at Emma TH back in Epsilon. I mean, top of the boards for every single qualifying event, but yet to come to finish 2nd place in the overall event. It really could be anyone's game. Qualifying, after all, is just designed to get people into the online stages and get the competition as close as possible. Next up, we have Event 16. more of the bastard types of events, really, because this one requires a lot of precision when it comes to the rolls. And you're going to see why, as we see later runs. We're seeing Mika Hiles first. Very clean at the start. Ooh, having a little bit of a pinball there. But soon shapes himself back into play. Comes in with a 130, sorry, not 135, 35 seconds for the first lap.
Bit tricky to get a good line through that particular turn.
Ooh, nice little double roll there. Oh, no, not double roll, sorry. Pitch shift roll, but he didn't quite make that other roll. That's what I meant to say. Because I was expecting him to make it, that's why.
Still not doing too bad. Actually, surprisingly long time trial here.
1 second faster than his previous lap.
Yeah, this right here is basically a 2-minute time trial, no matter which way you look at it.
Nice. Yeah, go on, Mika Hile. That's how it's done.
It's what's come a lot.
But he missed that speed pad
there to miss the pad.
It's worth saying, Mika Hile, and alongside a lot of other participants who have shown runs tonight, they've all got potential. They really do.
Yes, they do.
Especially in the online stages. Just remember, if you're good offline, you may not be as good online, and vice versa. You may not be as good offline, but you could be absolutely amazing online. Or you could be a jack of all trades. Who knows? Well, I guess we're going to find out in 1 month's time. It really could be anyone's game.
Yeah.
I mean, all these pilots have shown what they can do. And if you go to the forum on the leaderboards, on the Google Sheets, which is available to everybody publicly, you can see what everyone's current results are for this particular tournament. Next up, we have Kid 8, who's currently in 3rd place, and he is using a Piranha Fury yet again. What is this? What is it in this guy with his Piranha Fury?
I don't think that should matter too much, because if you like the ship so much, go ahead and use it and do your best. Now this is interesting. Actually, I'm going to use the turbo for a different location.
Does it pay off for his little Piranha? It seems like it is paying off so far. And I think his love for Piranha as well kind of states in his player card, as he requested Piranha advancements in for his player card request, which, by the way...
Who can blame him? I'm glad to see someone that loves Piranha that much.
Indeed. I'm sure Snake and Kid will be best friends. It is worth noting, by the way, if you are a contender of Transcendence 2024 and you have yet to be requesting a player card, please do let me know, and I will get one made for you. There's a few people who don't have them yet, because, well, they haven't actually started and they haven't contacted me for a player card. Same as also those who have had tags automatically applied to them, you can request a change at any given point. Going in with very smooth side
looking
shifting.
at this time trial, this guy is very consistent in terms of how he approaches the turns, especially with
going in for the secret shortcut every single time. On his final lap, slight wall collision there. One thing I noticed is he's not going for the little roll at the start of the lap there.
It's a very tough roll, though. I don't think you and Mika Hile tried to go for it.
I notice every time he goes to that little roll there, he ends up colliding a little bit with the right-hand wall. But nonetheless, he comes in and sets a new PB by 0.69, I think. With a 2.11 there. But now we see you. The first place position currently for the Amphitheum. So you got an incredible time here.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, I think I can still improve this because there are still a few mistakes. But otherwise, I mean,
you could
pretty
still
solid time trial overall.
You can still improve this.
Very much so.
A double roll. Goes in quite deeply. You pitch all the way down there. Little hint and trick for people there, I suppose. Pitching down on that little drop at the end there could save you time. Your plan has been revealed.
Technically yours are too.
That is true. Ooh, missed the roll there. So is that one of the mistakes that you...
It's a very tough roll, especially on Flash.
Is that one of the mistakes you were talking about?
Yeah, I think there was probably another.
He nails that roll every single time. 40 seconds left on the clock for your record. I believe you did set a PB on this run, didn't you? I mean, you had 34
Definitely
seconds left.
PB for sure.
And a missed roll again. Oh dear. But you're improving lap time every single time. I mean, the 32.52, 32.42. Does that mean you get a 32.32? Probably not. But I'd imagine very, very close. Goes into finish. 2 seconds almost ahead of your PB. Oh, look at that. Improvement every single lap, faster every single lap at 2:10.55. What was going through your mind when you were doing that?
It was an okay event, but I am generally surprised I was able to get a pretty damn good time trial right there. I'm very happy with that result there.
Indeed, it's very impressive. I mean, a 2:10 is incredibly, incredibly difficult to get. I think I only managed just about to get a 2:11, so... Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Next up, we have... It is Event 18. Tectara Rapier.
This, a little more of a simpler side time trial, I think, but there are still a few tricks that you have to watch out for. A pretty balanced mix of getting the good racing lanes and getting the good barrels. So let's see what people did and how much it took them to do it.
We're going to start with Mr. Aloy, who's currently in 7th position, currently. Very smooth barrel roll there, but slight wall collision, but it's okay because he didn't lose any time. And it looks like he has opted for the turbo route that the higher-ups are currently using. Higher up on the leaderboard, that is. Which is probably wise, because I do find it to be faster. Very smooth, very, very smooth through that little hairpin there. Kid 8 with the comment saying, it takes a lot to barrel roll in Wipeout.
Yes, it does. You have to press left, right, left, right, left, or right, left, right on the left stick or the directional pad.
It is so hard to do. Really. With the amount of rolls going on here...
messy on that turn.
With the amount of rolls going on here, you'd be forgiven for thinking the pilots were hedgehogs, according to Nitro Boost. And the Honest Fork is on another level. Unfortunately, that is true.
Yeah, unfortunately, he might be this famous Emma TH.
But will he perform like that online? Who knows?
Ooh.
Not to mention you need to have 15 whole health too. But the problem is with time trial, it doesn't go below 20 health. When you go into this critical energy, it doesn't go below any lower than 15 health, so you can always barrel roll. So basically the energy gauge is completely pointless.
Yeah, and in 2048 it flat out isn't there, so...
There's not even health on 2048. You'd think that there is health in time trial on HD, but there actually isn't. It's pretty much just... if you're barrel rolling continuously and crashing continuously, it will never go below 15 health. So, you don't ever have to worry about health or anything like that on time trial. Next up is me. And you knocked me down recently, didn't you?
Yes, I did. Although this was, I think, 3 days or 4 days ago, I believe. I don't know. I guess that they were like, you know what? I will beat your time.
Of course you do. So you said that about my detonator recently as well, but that didn't go very well for you, did it?
Well, unfortunately, that one flat out only lasted a few hours, so.
It did.
As for this run, pretty clean. Pretty consistent side shift uses overall. A bit wide through that turn, but otherwise still very consistent.
Kind of wish I got that speed pad there.
That first turn is quite tricky, though.
I got a little bit faster throughout. The first lap was a bit meh, but yeah, I was very wide there.
A bit wide on that turbo spot, but still 6th to landing.
I think I nailed that one perfectly there. Oh, look, perfect lap as well. You can't beat that fresh meat. I was slightly slower by 0.02 on that particular lap, but never mind.
Ooh, very slight collision. Probably left like drift there. And what the heck was that?
Well, whatever that did, it made me faster by a little bit. I noticed I got myself launching slightly down faster. I don't know how it worked, but it worked. And who do you think we have next? Come on, guys, we need to see some more events. We need to get some people submitting. We're seeing the same people. But you know what? It takes a lot to do what we do, so we gotta show it off. Here's the Honest Fork currently in first place.
I wonder what his favorite fork is. What ones, or does he like metallic ones?
I think he likes dishonest ones.
Okay.
He can consume them away and then become the honest fork once he teaches them a lesson.
Oh, missed the pad there.
And a roll as well.
And despite that, still gets first. I mean, what else can we say?
It's his side shifting and his absolute pinnacle racing line that just absolutely sends him.
And that's the thing, that's what some people might not realize. A good racing line could potentially overshadow an entire barrel for.
Now, this guy actually participated in the Epsilon Bronze League back in the day, and he managed to not attend any of the events other than one weekend, but he still ended up second in the entire Bronze League final. Because he won every single race in that one weekend.
Well, hopefully he submits all of his qualifications, even the ones that he might not be good at.
I mean, it's no doubt that this guy will end up being a championship contender. What do you say?
Yeah.
No doubt.
Although, if he is watching, better make sure you do the runs for the other events that you haven't done yet. Second in the world.
With a missed roll as well. I mean, how? It makes you wonder, how? How do they do it? Seriously. It makes my second and third place look mediocre. And I have medals in every single event currently, bar 2. It's crazy. Do you like the Wipeout music I put in the background, by the way? I thought it would be appropriate
for
me.
It's lovely. I think a lot of people will appreciate it too. Like, yes, the Wipeout music in a Wipeout-related video.
I mean, it makes sense. Okay, next up we have Event 22, Capital Reach. And this is on B class. As stated in the qualifying lineup, this one only has 2 runs because of the sheer length. And yeah, it is quite long. Most time trials lapse into about 3.5 minutes. But first off, we're looking at Darth Maiko, who's in the VR and finished 3rd place in this particular run.
Yeah, overall, it's quite a long time trial. And even through all that, it's still only a 4-lap time trial, but because of Capital Reach, it's so freaking long. it's literally like 3 minutes 20 seconds of pure race.
That, and you've got a lot to focus on as well. Like, there is a lot to carry on thinking about when you're doing these 4 laps. I mean, 3 minutes of straight thinking, getting it absolutely nailed. It is tough. It is tough.
Yes, it is.
And any pilot who does this event, which I'm hoping every single one of you, will probably feel the same. This is quite an endurance, I would say. In comparison to all of the time trials and speed laps for that matter, even when you do 99 laps on a particular speed lap session, it's probably nothing compared to keeping consistent like it is during this time trial. And I think it's the same. And I think even the same could be said about Benito K Reverse Phantom Q19, because a lot of people hate that event because as much as it's a relatively short time trial and a quick one, the amount of consistency you need alongside Capital Reach is just crazy. I mean, this is a horrible lineup of qualifying events, I have to say.
Yeah. I mean, half of them, or at least kind of anything like Zero Rapier, or perhaps, that's about it, actually. Actually, Zone and Alpha Pass. I think that one's also, I think a lot of people might like that one.
It's worth stating as well, when you advertise this tournament on Reddit and other places, you said that your skills will be put to the test. You weren't fucking kidding when you said that.
Yeah, I wasn't kidding. I mean, there's not really much else to say there. Like, you have a strong set of pilots. They're all putting whatever times they possibly can, and you still to get in first place in these events.
Or at least 4th place if you want to if you want to get into the top 4, or just at least in the top 20 to actually qualify for the online stages overall, because the bottom 8 will be eliminated at the end of qualifying, or anyone who doesn't complete at least one event.
We're only accepting the top 20 in qualifying for the online stage, so get those runs in.
Same as also you need to complete at least 1 qualifying event as well, because otherwise you haven't really qualified, have you? So it's time to get those runs in, guys. You have 30 days remaining. Even if you just need to bank some points.
Hit the halfway point very soon, so be aware.
The halfway point is actually on Monday, I believe, but there's actually only 30 days left, so it's pretty much 1 month. So even if you just need to submit some runs to score some points, do so. You can always improve them later on.
What might matter in the end.
Worth noting as well, once again, if you submit all 39 events, you gain access to the upcoming Q40, which is more or less a bonus round for those who have been the most committed throughout qualifying. So definitely get those runs in, because I do think it'll be worth it. And here we are with my run. I'm in 2nd place currently after you came ahead of me.
Yeah. And you know, there's some wonderful music playing as well.
Got a love C notes from Pure.
Protec, I think. A little bit misty there, but ooh.
That was the last.
See, that's the thing with these time trials. You have to be so consistent for a course like this, for a solid 3 and almost a half minutes. It's a lot to ask for. This is definitely no slouch of an event.
It's harder than it looks, and as you can see, I was making mistakes as well, but remained relatively fast.
So yeah, he actually is 2nd. I did beat this by I think half a second, I think. But still, like, it shows that there is a lot that you have to be aware of to do good time trials. There's so much to ask for, so much time to win or lose.
One bad mistake can end a run in the space of just seconds, literally. One bad mistake can end it all. I mean, the amount of times I've tried to redo Unity Squares of recent and fluffing it like on the 5th lap, and then it ends up being slower than my initial record time. It's infuriating.
Yeah, unfortunately, like, that's the thing. In a way, almost kind of like time trials because of that aspect. Like, you have to put so much effort in that little time in comparison to a speed lap. It's it's almost a totally different world. Just putting in more laps to get that good of a race.
Indeed, absolutely.
Slightly hits the wall there, but still maintains the line nonetheless, hitting all rolls so far.
I mean, if I had have not missed any speed pads or not had any wall collisions, I reckon I could have got a sub 328 there. But, you know, can't all be perfect. I mean, I'm playing on a D-pad as well, so it's not the most easiest thing to play with, but, you know, I can't use a stick because it just feels too fat.
You got the line pretty darn good for this third lap.
Maybe it's by old man fingers, isn't it? Haley would disagree.
Isn't this a wonderful song?
That wall collision didn't do me any damage, luckily. I think I did side shift a little bit early there, but I'm even critical of my own runs. So, you know, watching this back, I'm thinking, fuck. Thinking, shit, maybe I could have done a bit better.
Some people might be thinking the same thing on their own runs. They may look back and realize there's still improvements left to be done.
But that's the point of these run reviews, everybody. That is the point of these run reviews. Hearing it from the pros. Oh, wow. Well, there you go. And that is the end of time trials. We're now going to be moving on to zone mode. Woo! Now, this is kind of a soft spot for you, isn't it?
I guess. We have some two events going to be featured, I believe.
Yep, 2 events is correct. So first off, we're starting with Tech Dura Reverse. This has had a few runs this week.
Yeah, I think we started to get more activity into the zone events, basically the events that aren't speed lap or time trial. We're going into virtual reality, as we call it.
We had a little bit more action on Detonator this week as well. Which is good. But we're starting off with Lady White. This is Tech Dura. We're assuming at zone 44 currently.
This is, I want to say, an intermediate zone course. Fairly technical, but there is, of course, the bridge tech that might still make you run if you kind of miss out on the line. Like, half of the course is, like, staying through a long, winding turn, and the rest is at chicane and the starting chicane. That's Tech Dura for you.
I was going to make a volatility scale, like, for the tournament, to kind of give the participants an idea of how hard a particular event is. For example, Nova Pass Venom will probably get, like, a rating of 3, which is, like, high. I don't know, maybe. And then, like, rating 5 is
I think we all know which event would be the highest.
Let me think. I mean, I have no idea. I mean...
19.
Yeah, it would be 19 by any chance, wouldn't it? Ooh, bit of a pinball going on.
Well, Lady White does manage to get subsonic. That's pretty good.
But she collides with the wall there, and she doesn't actually lose any health. Just skidding it. Just slightly skidding it. And she holds on 21 health. Oh, and now we're in critical health for its subsonica.
Well, she's Italian, so, you know, sometimes things are just a little bit different.
Are we going to supersonica? Who knows?
Maybe.
5 health remaining.
About the end.
Oh. But let's see the stats. We have Zone 53 with 28 perfect zones. And here we have Kid 8 in 3rd place.
Unfortunately, I mean, you can still run the Piranha scheme thing on the zone ship, but I don't know, this doesn't look necessarily like a Piranha to me.
No, this doesn't look like a Piranha at all, does it? A part of me kind of wonders...
At least you can put the Piranha tax on it, so that's something.
I mean, that's all it really
clean line for that turn.
I mean, that's kind of all it really does, doesn't it? I mean, all you're really doing is selecting which team you want to score loyalty points for. Other than that, it doesn't really have much. It kind of doesn't really have...
The itty little bit that does make a difference in the grand scheme of things.
It kind of doesn't really make sense, does it? But, yeah. I suppose, other than for loyalty... But what happens when you reach 100,000 loyalty points on every ship like we have? Kind of don't really...
You just use whichever ship team is your favorite.
Even then, I don't do that. I usually just pick random ones. I'm just like, yeah, I'll just go with you because it doesn't really make a difference.
Oh, yeah, oh my god, what a hard hit there.
That was heavy. Very heavy hit.
Yeah, luckily there's no fire in this world.
Nope. This is, I believe, 2117.
Little destabilized, but gets it right back in. That's what she said.
Energy critical.
Oh, goes in. He's getting very fast now. Zone 69 going on 70. Oh, he fell out the map.
Fall off.
Zone 70 still going with 3 health remaining. Collides with the wall, but didn't lose any health.
Zone 70 clear.
He holds on very well. Look at that. He holds on very well. Very holding on, but then he goes off the map, and then that's the end.
Ends. He can absolutely improve that run for sure.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, could that have been his limit? Who knows? But then, let's be honest.
And the funniest thing is, this isn't even, in my opinion, that good of a run. So,
so this is. I don't think you really need to improve it, though. Let's be honest. I don't think you're going to be dropping down the ranking.
Some other people might be thinking the same because this still has the same amount of points as every other event in this tournament.
This is the Zone World Champion, everybody. You literally, if you can beat him, then I don't know. I don't know how you would do it. I mean, look, just holding. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to say. It's how you hold out. I don't know, man. I don't know how you do it. And the fact this is not even a good run.
I love it.
And the fact you say this is not even a good run. Zone 84, 10 zones passed almost on Supersonic. I mean, how dark it is as well. I mean, how do you last that long?
I almost kind of like this team because, I mean, this is more of a personal opinion. I hate the fact that there's too much red in all the other color schemes, so to see something like this is actually something that I'm actually more comfortable with, strangely enough.
I mean, at least there's white walls. I mean, imagine if it was all black on the side. I mean, it would be bloody impossible to see,
well,
wouldn't it?
That I probably wouldn't like that much.
I mean, Get Zomo is supposed to be challenging at this speed, but probably not to the point where it makes it impossible, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, look at that drifting.
I would
mean,
still prefer to, you know, still be able to see the track and still have it look cool at the same time.
Zone 89. Does he make it? You make it to Zone 90, don't you?
I think so.
Yeah, look, Zone 90. Holy shit. And you've got, like, no health left as well. And he's still going. Does he make it around this corner? Yes, he does. Oh, my word. Ah, well, there you go. Wow.
I mean, if it was any corner to end the run, it would absolutely be that one.
You made it all the way to Mach 1, almost, in just perfect zones. Whew. Feel dizzy after watching that.
Yeah.
Anyone else feel the same? I don't know.
Now we're gonna go to 2048 zone, I believe. I think it's Empire Climb again? I don't think it's Empire Climb again.
No, it won't be Empire Climb. It's not Empire Climb this time round. I think it was zone... I think it was 32, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, it was Unity Square.
A very interesting course for zone.
Fun fact, I'd actually never done this zone mode until the tournament.
Well, let's see how things go.
Yep. We're starting off with that one bonk. Currently in 6th place, using a 5-star speed. I mean,
Maybe
using a
like
speed.
The 5-star speed.
I mean, a 5-star speed in a zone event. I mean, different, but would you prefer agility? Maybe. I don't know. Less health. I don't know. But I guess everyone has their preferences then. So
I mean, he's still kind of getting the line, but he is starting to scrape the walls a little bit more.
Only at zone 75 as well, entering Mach 1.7. But some very different ships.
Definitely one of the more technical ones for sure.
Well, we've had some very different ships being used in Zone. Like in Empire Climb, we've had people use the AD Systems prototype. We've had AD Systems Speed as well.
Variety, I suppose.
Imagine having to use a fighter. Oh my god! You know what you should do? Make it so you have to use a fighter in Q40. That'd be hilarious.
Oh god.
That'd be hilarious.
I think a lot of people gonna like that.
Yeah, it's supposed to
But
be hard.
then again, it is stalled, so maybe it's not that bad. I have no idea.
I have reached zone 200 before in one. It is doable. But how doable is it for everybody else? And also, it is technically a bonus round. It can't be too easy to get points, am I right? But anyway, that was one Bonk's run. He got to, I can't remember what zone, I didn't actually see.
Well, maybe we'll see it shortly.
81. Half of his zones being perfect. And here we have me. At zone 104 currently, of an AD Systems.
Yeah, I was gonna say things are so. Oh my goodness, that was the worst hit ever. I mean, in real life, that would have killed you.
But we're in 2048. Maybe that might not be the case.
Yeah. I mean, you can see just how bad things can get when you do zone.
I cannot wait for Q40 though.
Yeah, we're gonna probably lose some minds if such a thing happens. Holding the lines pretty well at the moment, but scrapes here and there.
Oh, I went for the shortcut there as well.
Going through that section though.
Keep in mind, I went to zone 115 here, so I went on for quite a bit longer.
Yeah.
Still held out for like another minute. But I was losing health very fast from this point onward. Just swinging myself around the corner, you know, it's great fun.
That's ultimately what you have to do in the end. Oh, bits destabilized there.
At this point, I was creasing up, like I was like hyper intense in my chair. Like everything's stiff, everything, you know.
I mean, believe me, I have that feeling too when I'm getting close to making a world record or have doing a PB sometimes. So unfortunately, all things will come to an end.
Unfortunately so. And a bit of Zardonic, I mean, it's rude not to. Oh, sorry, 113, not 115. It's close. That was my first ever attempt on it. And then one zone later, this is where you sit. Still hanging in the balance with 43 health. I mean, you pitching down all the time as well. We're just looking at the anus of an AD Systems agility.
I mean, for that's how things are, I guess.
Yeah.
Why, yes, I do love the backside.
Oh god.
I gotta say, definitely an awkward course for zone. I'm starting to lose my my concentration at this point.
I mean, you took quite a significant battering there a minute ago. And, ooh, another bit. We love Wipeout, it says at the top up there.
Wait, where?
I'll see if I can pause it. You probably go around again, don't you? So,
I've never known this.
Have you ever noticed this? We love Wipeout.
Oh. I really hope the developers do, honestly.
I mean, I'm sure they do. I hope they do anyway.
That would be nice. It would be nice to know if the people developing Wipeout also love the thing that they're developing.
Ooh!
And yeah, that was a major mistake there, but somehow I keep it going.
Really? How did you get through that little hole there?
That was obviously not intended, but you know, I'm still alive.
Wow.
That was not intended at all.
Holy shit. Alright.
Like, I did not want to go up there, but then I went up there and like, okay.
I wonder if you could get down there in normal races. That'd be interesting. New strat, new meta, everybody. Awito making his ships twerk, quite literally. Should have played some twerking music over this. Missed opportunity. I could do that maybe.
I don't know if that would be ideal for the general audience.
Well, I might include it next week. But that was the end of Unity Square. I mean, well, 126 zones. Base heads. Gotta have a bit of Wipeout Fusion music before we move on.
Base heads.
Before we move on to, sad to say it, the final event of the run review.
It's Detonator, the thing that Solar Exotic loves super duper duper much.
Yeah.
Here we go, the last one for today.
Event 35, Mars Therma Reverse. Fucking Nicki Minaj music for Zone. I mean, yeah, why not? Be a bit
I
fun,
mean, why the heck not? Actually, I don't know. It might get us copyright strike, so I guess it's ultimately up to make the decision.
I think I'm already going to get claimed anyway for this particular video, but never mind. And here we have Hey Hey in 5th place with her Detonator run. We're watching the final 3 stages of each Detonator event. And like I said at the start, this is actually also the penultimate run we're going to be seeing as well, because there's only 2 for Detonator due to the sheer length. Currently with a score of 595,000 points currently. Firing for her life currently.
That's what it comes down to.
Ideal EMP. Ooh, another crash into the wall, but the bomb blows for an additional few thousand points. An interesting use of the EMP, scoring her quite a few thousand points. Going into
the final stage.
Slightly underpowered EMP use there, but nonetheless still scored her a good 20,000 points. A lot of mine missing going on, however.
Looking dangerous.
I think she might have just EMP'd herself to safety with only a few mines left on the track before the end, going in just one more there, but ends a run with 805,000 points and 80.8% clearance. And here we have Kid 8 on the same event, but significantly further. We are at 771,000 points at the moment with...
Still 2 stages to go and already ahead of Hey Hey from earlier.
EMP energized.
But misses a lot of mines by going down the middle. My suggestion is to use the wiggle motion, people, because sometimes wiggling about the track can help your bullets bounce off and hit more bullets. Sorry, not hit more bullets, hit more mines. Highly recommend doing that. Wiggling about and bouncing your bullets off the wall can significantly help the number of mines you actually hit. Don't forget, one bullet can actually hit up to 3 mines, and each in increments of 100 points. So the fact you can score nearly 6,000 points per bullet is crazy. Up to 6,000 points per bullet. Going on to stage 14 of 14 to end the run, surpassing 1 million points.
So got half the track to go to potentially increase it another 100,000 potentially.
And an EMP to take him just over 1.1 million.
Just that was it. That'll do it.
That will do him and put him in a decent position, which at the moment, oh, he's going back for more mines.
He goes for just a little more.
I mean, since he had the shield energy to do so, why the hell not? Because at the end of the day, If you've got shield energy left over and you've missed some mines, go backwards, because it does help. And, well, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of the run review. This was the second edition of the run review. Saturday, the 27th of January.
And actually, for the final one review, it will actually be after qualifying, I think, would be fair. Because then we can pretty much summarize the final set of runs. And I have that particular feeling at the back of my mind that I think we're going to have a lot of runs for the last run review.
There's going to be a lot of runs to see, a lot of runs, and I think there's going to be a bombardment of points coming in last second, 100%. I
highly agree there.
But it's worth noting as well, any runs that have been submitted from yesterday will now be considered for the upcoming run review. Now, don't forget, we're most likely going to be doing the same hunting as we did for this week, which is obviously the most popular events of the week and ones that we've unlikely seen. Ones that have not yet appeared.
Or even just events where we have a run that's like so good, we're like put it out there or something like that.
Indeed, indeed. What can we expect from this upcoming week, though? Because obviously next week is obviously surpassing the halfway point. Obviously, on Monday, we would have reached the official halfway point of the tournament. Not the tournament, the qualifying stage.
Yeah.
What can we expect, you reckon?
Not sure. We might be. I did hear that from a few people that they're going to start submitting their own runs, so I think we might see a few new contenders onto these. We might see a few shakeups here and there. It's starting to look harder and harder to knock down the first place players, though. But we shall see.
Anything is possible during this particular event. I mean, I've got a lot of unfinished business with 2048 currently, and I've got a few bronze medals to improve, and I've also seen that I've got to make a little improvement on one of my zone events. So, all to play for, really. Iwito, I believe you've only got 2 events left before completion.
I think what's crazy is that all I have to do is just do one event. I don't even think it even has to be that good for me to officially surpass you. So that's interesting.
I mean, yeah, I'm definitely not going to be holding first place for much longer. But you know what? I'm not really too fussed, because as long as I stay in the top 4, that's all I personally really worry about. That's my personal kind of.
I mean, ultimately, that's what I'm worried about. In the end, I do want to say to everyone else: make sure you get those runs in. There are still 4 weeks left, still quite a good amount of time to improve your runs, submit them, and score the delicious points that are so scrumptious and tasty.
I mean, yeah, you heard it here first. And also, like I say, I'll say it one more time. If you complete all 39 events later on, you will get access to the Q40 event, which is probably going to be coming very, very, very soon. And yeah, details on that will follow very, very soon. So please do get those events in. And just remember, if they are bad runs for your standard, submit them anyway. You can always improve them later. Just score those points, get yourself secured in the online final, because 800 points is the bare minimum you're going to need, and at least one qualifying run. So, I mean, all to play for, really. It's down to you. You've seen how other people can do it. Now utilize that to your own strength. Use it to get ahead of others. Use it wisely. I mean, this is what these run reviews are for, after all. Am I right?
Yes, indeed. It's been quite a show. Thank you everyone for watching. We hope you've enjoyed it. Let us know how we can improve in the next edition. I think there will be 4 more besides the 2 we've already done so far. Thank you, Solar Exec, for putting all this together and for having me to help commentate alongside.
Not a problem. Thank you. Yeah, we will see you around this time again next week. In the meantime, take it easy. Have a good night, everybody. And yeah, that's it from us.
You can see how much it took for Solar Exec.
Yep, this took a lot of editing. And you know what? We're going to finish with the end trailer, because why not? Take it easy, fellas.